Hey y'all, so wow, a lot has gone down this week, child. So I've only seen a few episodes this week, so let me just give y'all a little recap. So a couple of days ago, um, Eve and Teresa was going through Paige stuff to get her ready to be buried, and they get a knock on the door, right? And Teresa thinks the person at the door is somebody who is, I think, taking some of the stuff away to a charity or something. And when Eve turns around, it turns out to be Paige's father. His name is Eduardo or Ed or something like that. And so Eve was like, what you doing here? Like, why are you here all of a sudden? Why are you following us? And he was just like, well, I don't want to say goodbye to my daughter without seeing her. And she was like, well, you haven't been here her whole life, so why are you coming out? Why, when she dies, you finally come? And so they both break down and start crying, and he apologizes to her for not seeing his daughter. And she's like, well, I raised this child, so you have every right to, feel guilty because you were never there for our daughter. And so I felt bad for Eve just because I feel like she was playing mom and dad this whole time. But at the same time, it's like, well, girl, you never. I feel like the episodes that I've seen with Eve in it, she's never reached out to Ed or whatever his name is. So it's just like, it's a give and take situation, girl, and you never really like played the role of, hey, call your dad. So I feel like I said in a past episode, video or whatever, I feel like Eve does this kind of shit to herself where she kind of just goes with the flow, but then like she blames other people's shenanigans and makes it worse than they really are. That's just how I look at it. And Hope, Aiden, and Rafe were looking for more info because apparently they were still leading to the point with Chad, and they was just like, you know what, let's find this information more because we still need to prove this. And then Aiden and Hope had a conversation because Aiden is representing Chad for his defense and Hope's against him, so it's kind of like a engaged couple rivalry because even though they're against each other in court, they still love each other. So yeah, that was one episode. And for today's episode, which is 9/24/15, the killer got revealed. So when I saw today's episode, I was like, ooh, who could it be? Who could it be? And just for the record, Marlena survived her attack because yesterday she was in her office and somebody tried to strangle her from behind. And in today's episode, it was revealed that Chad was in her office as well, and he stopped the killer from killing her. So thank goodness, but it is not Chad, but it's Ben. And I know a lot of y'all have told me it is Ben, and it is clarified that it was Ben because he was the one who was throwing all the evidence away and threw everything in the lake or something like that. But he threw the mask, he threw the ties, he threw as much evidence as he could away. And I don't know, y'all. Like, I just feel like, okay, I can understand Serena being a victim because she never kept her mouth shut. I could understand him, attacking Marlena because she was working with Chad. But I still don't understand why he kills Paige. Like, she was like a bystander. Like, okay, you got my boo. In the end of the day, you got my boo. And I'm not over her sashaying away. And in the real life, she got fired because she was irrelevant on the show, or she was let go because she wasn't important enough. But why kill off her character? And why was she a target? That's just my main, like, what the fuck? But I don't know. I'm just still not over that she gets killed off. And in today's episode, Abigail and Ben had a conversation about moving to another location away from Salem because apparently Ben caught Abigail and Chad talking, and he put his hand in her face, and he thought she was cheating on him once again. So he called the engagement off. But then Abigail was like, I love you and only you, so take me back, which he did. But then the bitch runs off with Chad somewhere, and he tries to tell he still love her and that he didn't do it and he's gonna leave. And here come Abigail again being like, well, you can't leave. You have to prove you're innocent because if you leave, it shows that you did it. So it's one of those things where she like, I love you, but I gotta help him out. And I'm like, girl, I ain't gonna go there with Abigail, but it's just like, really, queen, you supposed to be with this motherfucker, but you run around with this motherfucker, and you keep sucking both dick, that at the end of the day, who knows what the hell kind of diseases you have, boo-boo. So, it's just shenanigans with that girl. And when Marlena was in the hospital, she told John and the rest of them that it was Chad because he was the last face that she saw. And poor thing, I feel bad for Marlena because when Daniel would go check on her, she thought it was the killer, and she just had panic attacks and freaked the fuck out. And I thought it was cute when she just woke up from being in a seizure or in a coma or whatever situation she was in. Daniel was like, who's the president? And she was like, Obama. How old are you? And then she paused and was like, nice try. And then he was like, I'm back. Like, you're back. Good. So that was cute. And John really just wants to kill fuck the shit out of Chad Head because he definitely just wants revenge on Chad. But then Rafe was like, nah, you can't do that because you could fuck up the case, you know? And another shocking thing was, I forgot to mention that Rafe, Gabby, and Paige are all actually siblings because they all share the same dad, which is Ed, or whatever his name is, Ed, Eduardo, whatever his name is. So, wow, I was kind of surprised. And even some of the people watching my videos were telling me, yeah, they're half siblings because they all share the same dad. And I was like, wow. So, what a twist this is. And my question for y'all is there any update on Paul? Because we haven't seen him in like a month, and I kind of miss the Will and Paul drama. So if y'all can let me know in the comments below when they're gonna come back, that'd be awesome. And since Abigail and Ben are leaving, is this shit gonna stop? Is the dad gonna continue this shit? Does the dad know that Ben's the killer? Because even when Clyde went to go visit Ben, he was like, you ain't leaving Salem, you ain't going nowhere. And he was like, why are you running away when Chad could possibly follow you? And that's another key, was when Ben said, I'll kill him. And there was a long ass pause. And then Clyde was like, oh, never mind, I didn't mean it like that. Well, he's going to jail and all that shit. So, yeah, these last few episodes I've seen, they're getting interesting. They're getting interesting, but I just feel like there could be more drama because I feel like these last few episodes have been focused on who killed Serena and Paige, who attacked Marlena, and Abigail drama. So I just feel like it's not as vague as I wanted to. Like, I want to know what's going on with Will and Paul. Where's Derek? You know, what's Gabby been up to since she's been out of jail? Like, all that shenanigans. So anyways, this is the end of my video, so I just want to say thanks for watching. Give me that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And leave me comments below what you thought of this week's shenanigans and give me your input, and I will talk to you all very soon. And I know a lot of y'all, I'm going to do one more thing. A lot of y'all have been complaining that I be cussing a lot, but I'm sorry, that's just how I am, and I've cussed probably like 6 times in this particular video. So I will watch my cursing shenanigans, but it's just a habit, y'all, so I do apologize for that. But I will see you all later. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend.